Hello and welcome back to the Scale Modelling Cafe and another video in the kits from the cabinet. That's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it? Rather than my favourite kits from the cabinet. I like that. Right, the subject of this one is another 72nd scale model, and it's this, which is the Academy P-38J. Now, this model is I think it's a little bit overlooked, really, in that it's a beautiful rendition of the P-38, and in 72nd, it is the best 72nd P-38 that is out there for sure. It's an older kit. I should have done my research before coming on here, but it goes together beautifully well. You've always got to be careful on these. Excuse me, a bit of a hiccup. You've always got to be really careful with these sorts of twin-boomed aeroplanes to get everything lined up, and the engineering is such that that is really straightforward in this kit. It's got some embellishments on it. I did a full rivet job on there. It's got resin wheels. It has some Eduard photo etch. I'm pretty sure I did metal gun barrels. So not a massive amount, if I'm honest. And as you can see, the canopy is closed on it. And I've just snapped off a gear door. I knew I would. Right, not a problem. I can fix that later. But the surface detail is brilliant on this anyway. But as I said, it's had a full rivet job, and I think a kind of P-38 is really benefits from that. I think all models benefit from a rivet job, and that's a subject for another day. But and I know some people don't like it, but I think it just adds that bit of noise to a surface, and it adds that extra layer of detail. And if you do it right, they should be really quite subtle, which it is on this. A really tricky paint job. The invasion stripes, obviously on the wing, that's fairly straightforward. I tend to do my invasion stripes first when I do these. Measuring them can be a little bit tricky, but masking up around the sort of supercharger intake around the back end, and to get the line sort of all looking parallel was really quite tricky. And I like a neat invasion stripe. That's just me. You can see, the eagle-eyed of you may notice that one of the propellers is feathered, and I do this a lot on my twin engine aeroplane. I do like to add a little bit of battle damage and a feather prop. In fact, most of my twin engine aeroplanes are like that. It's a bit of a cliche for me, if you like. And I've added some sort of bullet holes here and some oil streaking. Not too much. This aeroplane made it back safe. Perhaps if I hold it there, it might be easy. And feathering the prop, that's quite easy. So all I do is I just slice the propellers off. I just drill and I pin it. And quite often I will slice propeller blades off and drill and pin anyway, because it means you can sort out the seam between the back plate and the spinner itself. And it makes the painting easier. So once the invasion stripes were done on this, it had the standard neutral grey faded olive drab on the top, sprayed freehand. The yellows were masked off, white undercoat, and then yellow, and the nose masked off. Some sort of alclad metal on the front there, and then the white stripe. So the paint job on this is really quite complicated. I've got a feeling that the marking on the tail focus. The marking on the tail, I got a feeling that was a decal actually, and the decals in this perform lovely. I'm pretty sure I used the kit decals, if I'm honest, and they were really, really good. Weathering, standard kind of faded paint. You can see there's a lot of paint chipping there. That was hairspray. So the area was undercoated in probably Alclad duralumin, which is my favourite. And then that was chipped off using the hairspray method. Really quite heavy there. And you can see the heavy exhaust stains on the top and the battle damage, oil streaking coming out the hole there. Everything else was my standard kind of post shading, filters, bit of oils, that kind of thing. And then some dusty wheels to pick out the tread. And that was it. But what I really like about this model is how refined the surface detail is in those panel lines. It's up there with the best. It really is. If Armour Hobby did a P-38, they'd have to go a very long way to beat this. And I think they could probably only equal it. High praise indeed. So that is the little 1/72nd scale P-38 Lightning from Academy. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry if I'm sort of in here too much and the camera is struggling to focus. I'm just doing this on my phone. But there we are. It's a lovely little model. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.